Hello Year 8 and welcome to my presentation on product design as a potential option. Studying product design is purposeful as well as being fun and exciting. Studying at GCSE, particularly within the product design curriculum, will build on what you've learned about designing and making in Key Stage 3. You will use your knowledge and skills to design, make, plan and then test and evaluate your own products. You'll be working with materials and you will have a greater choice of how you actually manufacture. So you will choose the materials, the material properties and the machinery that you will use. As you are reading through this slide, I would like you to consider the product design is not just about designing and making. We have to consider our impact on both the environment and our social impact within our community. We have to understand that we have responsibility to ensure that we work in a moral, social and ethical way, that our products do not cause offence now, but will not cause offence in the future. We have to ensure that we are working in a way that ensures that our natural resources on planet Earth are available to future generations. This is a very complex issue. I need every potential product designer to understand that this is not just a manufacturing course. Manufacturing, in fact, is only 1/4 of the course content. And then during the assessment, it only forms 20% of the final GCSE grade, which is marked out of 180 marks. We need to look at product design and how it's going to link to any form of potential employment, not necessarily in the product design world, engineering world, but also in other employment opportunities. It does give us the opportunity to improve our practical skills. It means that we have the opportunity to work as part of a team, but also to work independently. It will improve presentation of work, presentation verbally, and it will help with negotiation and negotiating skills. It will provide many opportunities to build confidence. The experiences that you will work through during the product design GCSE course will be limitless and will give you the opportunity to develop skills that will enable you to do complex problem solving. The GCSE course is linked to the Key Stage 3 work that you are currently undertaking, but also into the A-level choices. The department has worked extremely hard over the last 5 years to break the myth that product design, resistant materials, or design and technology is a subject only for males. It is not. And here in King Charles I, we have an excellent result of our young lady product designs being top of the course. And that has been the case for the last 3 years, both for GCSE and A-level. It doesn't matter about gender. It is about creativity, the ability to problem solve, the ability to work independently, but also to seek help and advice when needed. Product design will build skills. It will help with organisation, excellent communication. You will need to be innovative. If you are not, then your products will only look the same as everybody else. You will need to build good teamwork to allow for the machines to be used. You will need to be analytical in your approach. You will have the opportunity to use your own initiative. These are all transferable skills that will be welcomed by any employer, any college, any sixth form. It's very difficult to quantify product design. It's also very difficult to give examples because we are surrounded, we wear we drive, we use products that have had to be developed, that have had to be tested and have had to be manufactured. The best way that I can explain product design is quite simply, if you can imagine it, you can design it. If you can design it, you can build it. The old stereotyping of product design being woodwork hasn't actually been true for nearly 30 years. Students need to understand that working on a GCSE specification will give them the opportunity to work with woods, metals, plastics, paper and boards, technical textiles, smart materials, modern materials, composite materials. You will look at the work of other designers. You will look at the work of design companies. You will also historically look at design movements and how they are still influencing designers today. We will look at how each of the material categories is extracted, how each of the material categories is then processed. We will look at life cycle and how that will impact on what we design, how we manufacture, and then how we dispose of our products. I've already said that product design is not a manufacturing course. So please bear that in mind when you are considering if you want a challenge, you want to work as a team but also independently, then this is definitely the course. The overall GCSE result is awarded based on two specific criteria. The first one is a 50% examination. Now this 50% examination will cover all aspects of the AQA 8552 specification. It's a 2-hour exam. It will be sat in the summer of the student's year 11. It will talk about material properties, material selection. It will look at manufacturing, environmental impact. It will look at moral, social, and ethical issues. The other 50% of the GCSE is awarded through what's called an NEA, non-examinable assessment. In the summer of the student's year 10, AQA will release 3 specific topic areas the students will have to analyse and decide on which one of the 3 topic areas best suits their skills and their interests. They will then have to research, design, develop their designs, manufacture their final outcome, and then test and evaluate it. That is presented to the exam board in the form of a portfolio of creative work, approximately 25 to 30 A3 slides. The NEA, non-examinable assessment, is a timed event. It is approximately 35 hours of structured work. It has to be completed independently. As a teacher, I am not allowed to give specific feedback, and as a centre, we can only give generic feedback and use the examples the exam board release to guide the students. Therefore, year 9, the development year, and year 10, the GCSE year, is spent developing these skills. Career paths after completing product design are almost infinite. The list that I've provided here are just a few. Engineering, designing, architecture, aerospace, motorsports, armed forces, anything in the medical profession to do with the design, the repair, and the installation of medical equipment, into the aerospace industry, not necessarily just working on airplanes, but considering anything that actually flies in the air. So that could be drones, helicopters, aircraft, even into space. From working with a product design, you could be a web developer, network engineer, technical author. You could repair, install, maintain and set up robotic machines, including potentially AI. You could work in the games development arena, work on cybersecurity, or go into broadcasting. There are many, many more options. The reason teacher is in bold and in red is because after my service as an engineer, I came into teaching so that I could pass on my knowledge. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope it gives you the opportunity to think about product design as a potential option. So just to recap, we will be following the AQA 8552 product design specification. Thank you.